It's not really lunchtime, but how do I stop? How do I not stop and take a break someplace like this? I'll be lucky if I don't fall asleep. Found me some water. Now just gotta go filter it. Found some water. Now I gotta go filter it. Found some water. Now I just gotta go filter it. Found me some water. Good thing because I'm thirsty. And I need some water to make some oatmeal for breakfast. 'Cause I ain't got none right now. Now my gloves are wet. And my hands are already cold. Good morning. So we are on one of our night hikes, and I left about 5 this morning, not too early. Started getting up, I think I got up around 4, and try to quietly pack up the best I can to not wake people up. Just a couple little random thoughts today. So everybody out here gets a trail name eventually, and whatever your trail name is, it comes from the people you hike with. They get to know you a little bit about your background and just your personality and things, maybe your habits on the trail. And it's because of the group that I've been hiking with mostly. They talk a lot about my fascination with leaving so early and doing these night hikes. So someone said night ranger, and I accepted it. Kind of a cool name, and it does kind of fit my hiking style, which is hiking at night. And it's one of my favorite 80s bands of all time. So from now on, when I introduce myself to new people, I'm supposed to call myself Night Ranger, and that's what they call me also. And a steep climb this morning. But things like a trail name might seem kind of silly, but something I'm learning early on in this process, that it's a long process. It seems like I've been out here for a long time, but it's only been a couple of weeks now. In a couple of weeks means we've still got about 5.5 months to go, and it's physically demanding, but there's a big mental part to it also. I think I've talked about when you're hiking 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hours a day, camping in some rough conditions, hiking in some rough conditions. I'm not saying there's not plenty of cool things about it, because there definitely is, but I'm kind of realizing you got to embrace all the things about the trail, even if they might seem a little silly for you. Just kind of one of the reasons I wanted to do this was to get outside of my normal comfort zone and try something different, get to know some different people. And anyway, I think that's about it. don't know if you can see that over there or not on this video. That fog over there on the desert floor. I should have got it when I was over on the other side of the mountain. It was really cool looking. Well, it was just kind of hovering over there, but I know I keep talking about getting up early and hiking early in the morning, but man, you just miss so much by sleeping in. This is where I'm stopping. Found a big flat rock here. Just want to take a few seconds and film a little bit of this hike that I'm on today. Let's see, which way does the trail go? It's all these big rocks. Really cool out here. And man, it is warmed up already. It's only 8:30 in the morning. It's really warming up already. I've already shed 2 layers of clothes already. When I hit these areas like this, I always feel like there's certain places I come, certain trails that I feel like are high likelihood for rattlesnakes. I've talked to people that have seen them. I've seen 5 kind of just little silly snakes. Not saying I want to see a rattlesnake, but it would be kind of cool if I saw one while I was videoing though. Maybe not cool, but yeah, it would be. So, man, just really cool rock features and this trail. I really like this trail a lot. Changed a lot. I was going through like real foresty bushes, just real tight little trail with bushes all, you know, slapping at your arms and legs. It's kind of tight, hard to get through, and then just kind of quickly transitioned into this. Hey, so got up early this morning, hiked about 7 miles to a place called Paradise Valley Cafe. Met some other hiker buddies there. Had an awesome breakfast, pancakes, bacon, eggs, lots of coffee, and just thinking about the funny things that have become like big time luxuries after being out here. Things like an actual toilet that you can sit on, you know, and not have to dig a cat hole, which is really not my favorite part of this. A sink with running water and soap to wash your hands and face, and throw some soap on a paper towel and clean out under your arms, because man, I've never smelled BO on myself like I have doing this. It's pretty nasty. Chairs, you know, actual chairs to sit in where there's a back so you can rest your back a little bit instead of sitting on the ground kind of humped over. What else? Oh, outlets, electrical outlets, so you can recharge all of your electronics. You're constantly having to watch your battery usage and try to make sure that your batteries don't run down, because I mean, you really need it for the Gut Hook app to make sure you know where you're going and where water is. Oh, let me think. I think those are the luxuries I was thinking about while I was there. A pretty cool looking hike here today. It's been compared to yesterday, it's been really nice. It's sunny and warm, but there's a really nice cool breeze going, but not too windy like it is sometimes. Kind of going through a section of a bunch of these big rocks. You can see hope you can see that over there, the kind of the snow on the mountains over there. That's where we're headed. I'm not sure exactly how long before I get there. I think it's just a couple of days, I think. I know this is the trail that on the Gut Hook app that we use to kind of keep us updated of what's going on in the trail, where the water is, where the tent sites are, you know, making sure that we're not lost. Anyway, on that app, it showed some little red triangles, which is kind of warning that it was kind of a danger area. And the notes were that we needed our micro spikes in that area, which are the little things that clamp onto your shoes to give you good traction in the snow. And I think we're coming up on that section. Haven't quite looked that far ahead. I looked, but I didn't pay a whole lot of attention because I know today and tomorrow, and then I'm into Idlewild for a couple of days. So once I'm in town, get a chance to kind of regroup, I'll definitely plan it out a little more and make sure I know what's going on for sure. But anyway, really pretty section today, and just wanted to show you some of this trail. Well, it sure changes a lot. The first 700 miles or so are considered the desert section, but it seems like about, I don't know, maybe like 30% of it is areas like this. I'm having to video too much today. Just some great scenery today. We haven't had any of that really hot deserty stuff. So I am taking advantage of today and getting in some extra miles, but it maybe has been the prettiest part of the trail so far. Look at these giant pine cones. Well, I said we haven't seen much deserty stuff, but we're back down to the woods and right back into the desert, it looks like. All right, here we go. Probably should not be filming right here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It is windy up here. All right, not as sketchy as I thought. Great view from up here. It's weird, the temperature, as soon as the wind dies down, it's hot. But that wind kicks up and I wish I had my little fleece top on, because then it gets cold. Hey, so a few reasons I was making this YouTube channel and these videos, and one of the reasons is just for me. I want to be able to look back at this, you know, next year or whenever, a year from now, 5 years from now, and remember what it was like. And so I try to capture as many things that I can that pop into my head that I don't want to forget. You think I'd want to forget this, but I want to remind myself before still, about 15 miles from the town of Idlewild. I'm really excited to get there and take a break. But these climbs, getting to that point today, have been brutal. It has been about, 5 miles of just grinding uphill, steep climbs. It is wearing me out. Beautiful weather, some good shade, but man, these climbs are really, really hard. And also just went through a section back there that I've never smelled a scent of pine like back there. Man, it was strong. That was great. I really enjoyed that. All right, that's it.
Nice, nice. Nice, nice. You got it.
I'm really thinking about taking my pack off.
Hell yeah.
Man, I didn't even know this was a part of it.
I think a lot of people took the Spitzer down to avoid this.
Oh, really? Oh, man. I think I would have taken that option if I would have known.
You got it, you got it.
Give me a rope.
Give it a good tug test. Well done.
Well, this has been a very tough section this morning. Hopefully I got, on this YouTube video, hopefully I got that last climb with that rope. Hopefully I got that right before this one. But you see, I probably should have had my micro spikes on for just a couple of steps right there. Coming down that snowy pass right there, and it's pretty, not pretty, it's really hard packed, kind of slick snow, and then you see it slides right off there. So a little sketchy. Hope everybody's really careful right there. So there was one step that was tough. Man, what a great hike today. When I first got up this morning, really all I could think about was just head out super early. It's like 4:30. Got 9 miles to get into town and take a couple of days off. That's really all I could think about, because the last couple of days have been so hard. And got into this section, and this is the type of hike I would love to just go do on a day off if I were back home. A little more dangerous than what I would like it to be. From some of the previous footage that you saw. But the views, the climbs have been tough, but not as bad as yesterday. It's hard to tell by how out of breath I am, but going through a lot of section that is obviously exposed to some of the wildfires recently. So not as pretty as it would be, but just really cool twists and turns, and it's hard. A lot of fallen. One of the big trees in the trail that I was talking about earlier, some of them are easier to go over, some under. I actually got on my belly and crawled on my belly under one earlier, but this one looks like there's a path going around it. But there's been probably 7 or 8 of these so far.